Leo, welcome back. So Leo, this is going to be your you versus them reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with during this time frame. Keep in mind it's a general reading, so the roles can be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Also, my readings are timeless, so I trust that when this finds you, it's for you. So Leo, when I was doing a meditation before I started the video for the Leo collective energy, I clearly saw a man in a three-piece suit, and then I heard you mean business. So some of you mean business, most definitely. But then right on the tail of that, I got Bueller from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Depending on your age, you may or may not know or have watched that movie. But essentially, Ferris Bueller is a kid that skips school, does whatever he wants. He's a bit of a rebel. So I feel like you might be going back and forth in your energy, Leo, wanting to be, taken seriously or all about business. And then on the other side, being a little bit like Ferris Bueller, wanting to rebel or call off or take a day off or just do what you want, And this also could be Spirit's way of saying, hey, balance both, because you can have both. And it's important to kind of have our inner child with us at all times, but also we need to get things done at the end of the day, right? For others of you, the reason I'm feeling a separation in the energy is because you might be one of those personalities, very serious and or very rebel-like, and the person you might be dealing with might be your opposite. And or you could be mirroring or bouncing off of each other in that way. And interestingly enough, I got Billie Eilish. She's a Sagittarius, and you have Sagittarius energy out. That's the card that came out while I was talking at the beginning. So some of you definitely could be dealing with the Sagittarius, but you don't have to be. Could be in your chart, could just be the influencing vibes. It was Therefore I Am. That was the song. So go check that song out. And I actually got that in the New Year's readings that I did yesterday or the day before. And I think I got it for Pisces. So some of you might be connecting or have that in your chart. All right. Let's see, Leo, where this reading is headed for you. We're going to go back and forth between you and the person you might be connecting with. I'm going to go into the recent past or what's led up to this now. And then we're going to go into your perception of each other, how you genuinely feel underneath it all, your hopes, and the most likely future outcome. So, Leo, let's see what your overall energy is. And when it comes to the song, Therefore I Am, the song lyric that sticks out to me the most or that keeps replaying in my mind is, I'm not your friend. I'm not your friend or anything, damn. So I don't know what that's about. If maybe you're defriending someone or they've done that to you, or, putting someone in the friend zone for a few of you, or they you. But check out that song. It might have different meaning for each of you. So you have the Eight of Swords here in your overall energy, Leo, and then the person you're dealing with had 3 cards come out, the Five of Wands, Judgment, and the Magician. So I feel like, Leo, your energy is that it's a very restrictive energy. So some of you most definitely may have, literally blocked or defriended someone in your life or on social media. But doesn't have to be, all right? For others of you, this is just talking about not really feeling comfortable to say everything that's on your mind or restricting yourself for the sake of someone else's feelings, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're thinking a lot of thoughts, but you may not be expressing them because maybe you just don't want to go there, you don't want to entertain, you don't want to exchange, all right? But there is some sort of restriction being placed, and I feel it's self-inflicted, right? Meaning, like, you are purposely restricting yourself from either acting or saying something during this time frame, and or you might be being guided from Spirit to put a lid on it, you know what I'm saying? Unless you want to engage, because the overall supportive energy is talking about philosophy and independence. It's also talking about adventures and being honest, but sometimes this energy can be brutally honest, right? So you could be dealing with an energy like that, or you could be really feeling like propelled to be brutally honest, to borderline self-righteous. So you certainly, Leo, want to pay attention to that energy a little bit during this time frame. But for the most part, I feel like you have good reason. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like, at least that's how you're feeling. Person that you're dealing with is the Five of Wands, Judgment, and the Magician. So this person has some tests, has some challenges when it comes to some decisions they need to make in regards to their past, and or because of past decisions that were made. This person, I feel, is getting an opportunity to correct things or fix things, all right, with the Magician here. So it's like they may be trying to fix things from the past, and or they're just, I don't know. They have all of the tools that they need in order to make the decisions that they need to make, but for some of them, they're having like an internal struggle or internal dialogue that's impacting their overall energy to be able to like execute on that. But I feel like for the most part, this person may be very fixated on the past or trying to fix things that they've carried from the past, maybe even fixing some things within themselves that they need to let go of, letting go of old baggage and things of that nature. So we're going to go into, speaking of the past, the recent past, and see, Leo, what led up to this energy that we're feeling right now. Recent past for my Leos. Five of Pentacles. Emperor. So, Leo, Seven of Wands. I feel like you got to protect yourself. You know, you might have had to go into a protective bubble so that you could continue to feel more in control of your own life. I heard suffering in silence, and I actually got that in the Aquarian reading. Some of you, this could be connected to an Aquarian, but take it as it resonates. For others of you, it's just like feeling alone even if you're not alone, or like feeling like I heard one of a kind. You know, you could be one of a kind. We're all one of a kind, but you know what I mean, Leo. It's just like needing some time away, time to protect your own emotions. And some of you may have used defensiveness or by restricting yourself in order to be able to place yourself in a better state of mind or a better state of emotion. I feel it was a control tactic, okay? So some of you withdrew to maintain a sense of control, and or the person that you're dealing with may have done that. But I feel like for whatever the reason is or the intention is, there is more peacefulness coming into the energy. And it's just like I heard drowning out, like drowning out the noise. Like I can't hear you, you know, so if there's a lot of negativity around you during this time frame, I feel like you're going to drown it out, or you're being encouraged by Spirit to drown it out, you know. Continue to focus on yourself. Know that, you know, you're at the end of the day a peaceful, loving person, and don't let other people trigger you, okay? And for some of you, you have maybe in the past allowed yourself to be triggered and triggered and triggered, and then just felt like very disempowered by that. And so now it's like regaining your power back by not responding to everything, not giving them, you know, what they think they're going to get out of you, you know, not allowing people to push you to that edge, right? And being able to kind of hold your own and stay in control. And that's been really important for you, Leo, to learn, I think, through your life path, but most definitely in 2020. And I think that's what the sense of restriction is about over here. So let's see what this person's past energy is, Leo. What's this person's recent past energy? Eight of Cups. Page of Cups, Ace of Swords, the Temperance. So this person has definitely went through some things that really hurt their feelings, okay? Or maybe had something occur in the recent past that really got to them emotionally. And it has them almost like hyper analyzing or feeling hypersensitive in the energy. It's like this person is wanting the truth or clarity and trying to get a hold of their emotions as well. So I feel like someone in this equation was triggered and someone else had their feelings hurt, okay, whether intentional or not intentional. But I get a sense of like, also this person, you know, kind of trying to figure out why this hurts so much, and or like maybe trying to understand how you feel at the same time. It's just like, okay, let's take a deeper look at this. That's what I feel in their energy. And then kind of getting some, you know, new ideas about what possibly is going on with them or going wrong with them. I'm getting all kinds of messages. I actually feel like this person's trying to figure out why they feel the way that they feel. They may be feeling like sad at times and not even really know why, or they might feel in certain moods and they're trying to like overanalyze it. Like, is it my hormones? Is it the moon? Is it you? Is it me? You know, those aren't their exact thoughts, but I'm just taking you through what kind of exploration they're doing in their mindset. To try and figure out like why they are feeling the way that they're feeling, and they're actually coming to some conclusions about this, you know. And for a lot of them, the conclusion that they're coming to or needing to come to is that they're responsible for how they feel, and this person might not have been making decisions that was in alignment with what their soul knew to be true, and or was somewhat of denial of what was truly going on underneath the surface, but then wanting to blame it on other things or other people or other circumstances, you know, as opposed to looking within. And so I feel like this person is actually learning to balance their emotions a lot better, to almost take ownership, and or they're being guided by spirit to do just that, and realize at the end of the day that they are responsible for their own emotional responses, right? This person may be in the process of learning that, because I definitely heard the term processing. So I do feel that there's some processing going on emotionally, or at least in the recent past, on their end, but on your end as well. All right, Leo? So let's go into perception. Ooh, misfire. It's a misfire. That was just because my thumb was wrong. Perception. Now keep in mind that perception is in the eye of the beholder. All right, Leo? So it may be your truth, but it may not be the person you are dealing with's truth. But we're going to start there. So, 8 of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, the Wheel, and the Devil. Wow. So there's been some sort of forward momentum when it comes to this connection. I feel like you perceive this person as someone who you have a firm foundation with. Some of you may actually have a home or commitment with this person. For others of you, you see the potential of that. And it was almost like very, very fortunate in the way that you are seeing this person. There is some sort of codependency going on, okay? It's almost like you see this person as someone who is successful, who can be very down to earth, but also can be toxic as hell, and or has some sort of addictions that are impacting their energy, all right? I just feel like for some of you, this person has you on a string emotionally, or they, you know, where you feel like sometimes they trigger you on purpose, or you trigger them on purpose, something like that, because I got the triggering message early on in the reading. But it's like, you know, you in ways see eye to eye. I don't feel like this is someone that you have a problem telling what you feel to, all right, or they you. But at the same time, you have a problem always seeing it eye to eye. And it's like you feel very drawn to the connection, even if it's toxic. You know, like you could feel like, because I have a song in my head, and the lyric is, "You're my lucky penny." Chris Stapleton. I can't remember the name of it. Anyways, there's a lyric in it where he says, "You're my lucky penny." So that's an interesting message to get. I feel that there's a strong draw, like I said, to the connection, but it may not be the healthiest at times. You know, you could feel really sucked in by this person, or feel like, you know, that their successes are maybe not always your successes, or like things aren't equally shared at times within the connection, even though there's a lot of providing energy here. So you might provide a lot of security or a sense of security for this person, or they you. But there's some sort of toxicity within that, or dependency. So let's see what this person's perception is, Leo, and get a little bit more detail. And keep in mind that their perception is also their truth. That might not be your truth. So, funny thing about perception, eh? So they see you as the Six of Wands. Ten of Cups. Wow. The Hierophant. And the Queen of Pentacles. So, Leo, this person sees you as someone who stands out from the crowd. You know, that has the ability to really open their heart, open their emotional state. All of a sudden, I'm like, all this air is running through me. You might be dealing with an air sign. And this person feels like they know, you know, where you're headed in life, or that you're climbing the ladder, or that you can help them do that. Again, the Hierophant in this deck reminds me of the Magician in traditional tarot. I also feel like this person, though, reads between the lines a lot, or they may rely heavily on, like, intuition. All right, or they may see you that way. It's like this person, they actually see the connection in a really positive light. They feel like they're being guided right now, or some of them might downright be getting messages from spirit, especially if they're a very spiritual person. But I feel like this person is being guided by spirit either way. This person also may be looking to climb the ladder in their own life, you know. They have some successes coming their way. Both of you see each other as successful in your own right, which is interesting. And or both of you may see each other getting a lot of attention from others. But I think it's more the latter, okay? And as I say, more the latter. It's a depiction of a ladder. So let's go into deep emotion, Leo, and see what is underneath it all. So that was perception, ego, thought. Now we're going to go into the ethereal, to the depths, where your authentic feelings are. Your true self. How are you feeling? Four of Cups, death and rebirth. The Empress. I don't mean to like pause and kind of let my mind go for a second, but there is a presence in the room. I can feel it right here. Sometimes the camera can visually pick up on orbs, even though I don't see it. I don't see any. So as you guys know, because I've talked about in my live readings, I started doing mediumship this year. So sometimes they like to come through during the readings if they feel a family member is watching. And I don't have any messages or names, but if I get one, I'll give it to you. But I don't typically like to incorporate it into tarot readings because it's for so many people. But I can literally feel the energy right here. So I'm being drawn to say Michelle. I don't know if it's for Michelle, or that could be the person that is present here. But I will let you know if I feel anything else. I just wanted to throw that out there, okay? How you're feeling underneath it all, Leo. I feel like you've tried to detach from your emotions to some degree or another. Some of you may have just felt a little bit detached emotionally in general. It could be because there's a lot of like emotional changes going on within you. It's time to nurture yourself. All right, Leo, that's the message that I'm getting. And to get comfortable in your own skin. Some of you got a little too comfortable, okay? You know, within, I guess, accepting less than what you deserve, or just allowing yourself to feel meh too often as opposed to happy, joy, or exhilaration. And I feel like Spirit's really wanting you to kind of go outside of the box and reignite your passion and your creativity, because that's what drives you as a Leo, right? But I also feel like there's this period of time where you kind of needed to detach to kind of regain your energy, all right, or regain your emotional control, as I felt that at the beginning of the reading. I do feel like things are changing emotionally. You know, things that things that used to have your full attention or full emotional investment, I think you're kind of re-changing or refocusing where you're truly emotionally invested, all right? And I feel like you're trying to be patient, okay? You're trying to nurture yourself a little bit more, and or you might be having some sort of new beginning come through during this time frame of something that you may have put into action 9-10 months ago, you know, or at the beginning of 2020. Some seeds that you have planted may be coming to fruition, whether that's emotionally, relationships, or financially for some of you, and it's allowing you to feel a little bit more comfortable, you know, in who you are, in the space that you're in. I heard wiser beyond your years, so a lot of you have gone through something that's helped you to learn some lessons and become wiser, you know, and in a way it was a blessing, right? So let's see this person's genuine feelings underneath it all, Leo. I'm trying so hard not to get distracted, but I keep feeling it come this way and that way. So maybe at the end of the reading, I'll try and allow the messages to come in, but we shall see. All right, so underneath it all, this person has the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So really interesting, you know, because this person is kind of really open-hearted, or at least has been in the past, you know, opening up themselves emotionally, and then at the same time suppressing all of it. So it's like, here's the keys to my heart, just kidding, I take it back, you know, or being very emotionally open one day and then completely suppressing it the next day. You know what I'm saying? Like, this person might be a very emotional being, but yet the way that they express love may change depending on what mood they're in. And this could have been something that they dealt with in the past, right? Because if you go back to the beginning of the reading, I felt like this person was learning to analyze their own emotions in the past energy, you know? And so I kind of see that energy here again, but I feel like it kind of depends on this person's mood, on whether they're going to be open to you or not. You know, sometimes they may wall off or replace emotions with substances, and that's for those of you dealing with someone who has like addiction type of energy going on. If it's not substances, then they may just like give you all the focus one day, and then the next day, you know, be completely enthralled and not even notice you over there, right? It's like, I heard this person has two loves, all right? And that could mean a lot of things. Like, they could, you know, certainly love you, but they also love the booze, you know, or they could love you, but they also love their phone, or they could love you, or they could love another person, you know. It's going to be different for all of you, but that I'm giving you examples of what I mean when I say that they have two loves. That's what I was shown. So it actually gets them stuck in their head quite a bit, you know, and it can make it hard for this person to communicate what they really mean, you know, at the end of the day, because emotionally they are suppressing some emotions. and not really wanting to speak about that part, you know, or acknowledge that part because they may be very much stuck in their head. All right. I keep hearing for the love of money. For some of you, they may love the money. That may be their second love. I don't know. I just felt a pinching right here. I don't know what that's about. Oh. Okay, so this is extremely specific. But if you, this is for Leo females, if you have a pinching right here, it could be a pinched nerve, but they're also showing me like palpation. You may need to palpate that spot, make sure there's not any lumps or bumps. If there is, you know, of course, go to a provider. Because I am not giving healthcare advice, but I felt an impingement right here. And that's just for a very select few, you know, if that's for you, okay? Your hopes are the Two of Cups and the High Priestess. Okay. I have to go back. I'm sorry. This is such an unusual reading, and this is not my typical reading. They want to make it known that the impingement and the lump is actually the person that's passed that's coming through. So it's either a message for the person that they're here for, or something this person suffered with before they passed. And that's just more validation to narrow it down for whoever this is for. I'm going to ask for this energy to step to the side for a second, but I feel there's more messages coming in. So again, if this is you, stay to the end and I'll see what they're here to say. If it's not, sorry about it. Sorry it's interrupting your reading. Discard. Your hopes, Two of Cups and the High Priestess. So this person, you're hoping for soulmate type of energy. You're hoping for a spiritual connection. For some of you, again, nothing to do with this person. You're just hoping to feel more assured with your own connection to source, your own connection with self, your higher self and your lower self, getting into alignment during this time, wanting to get into alignment. Some of you are opening up your own spiritual gifts or energies. Some of you may be mediums, okay, and don't even know it. But I do feel Spirit is coming to you because you're almost kind of inviting that energy in, you know. I also get a lot of energy about wanting some peace of mind. This person is, what is this? The Four of Cups. So they're hoping to be able to pull themselves out of, for some, a depression, you know, or these mood swings that they just really can't get a hold of, or they really don't quite understand where it's coming from. This person may want to be able to release that to go into a higher vibration. I get that this person feels lonely even when they're not alone. They focus too much on things that have come to pass or things that have been of great loss to them. And not saying that you can't feel those emotions, and you should, you know, you should feel all of your emotions, but they get stuck there too often, and it creates barriers for this person. Most likely future outcome. Now keep in mind, all of the future outcomes can be changed with free will. So I'm just giving you a snapshot of what it looks like. But you're in the driver's seat of your life, Leo. So in the future energy, this is like still a bit of a back and forth on whether or not to take some sort of leap of faith, right? But I feel like you are being divinely guided. Don't get in your own way. Some of you are really allowing this self-restriction or fears or anxieties to impact what is possible for you. Some of you may have some concerns around this relationship that are kind of all in your head. You know, you might be even feeling like paranoid about this person or paranoid in general, and Spirit's wanting to say, you know, it's all up here. You're being guided, you know, you're on your path. Don't forget that. It's okay to go back and forth. I feel like you're getting ready to emotionally make a transformation though. And like I said, I see some doors opening here or something coming to fruition that maybe you had put into motion at the beginning of 2020, right? Because I heard the time is right. But I feel it's like this message of having faith, Leo, that things really are, you know, going in your favor and you don't need to be so concerned, which I know is easier said than done, right? Especially if you have felt some sort of restrictions in the past. But it's like, there's some success here, okay? Yeah, there's a bit of codependency type of energy that's kind of impacting it. But overall, you're feeling more and more comfortable in your skin and you're being guided. Spirit is definitely here. I mean, there's a strong presence in this room right now. Whether that part's for you or not. So trust me when I say, you know, guidance is with you and things are looking up here, okay? But sometimes this lack of mentality or like this fear-based type of thinking doesn't block it from coming in, but it hampers your ability to truly be in a state of appreciation. Okay, and that's what they're wanting you to let go of. This person's most likely future outcome, Four of Swords and Judgment. There's a lot of regret in this person's energy and or a lot of low vibrational energy that really needs to be processed in order for this person to lift up their vibes. And they have all the tools to do it, right? It's just about letting go for this person. I can't help but to notice, you know, the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, the Eight of Cups, you know, a lot of emotionally draining energy over here. And then here we have the Four of Swords. So I do feel like this person is going to lay things to rest, all right, about past decisions that they made. Just let, you know, to truly close the coffin on that, to shut the door on that. And the only reason I say that is because it is a picture of someone nailing a coffin shut. But it's figuratively, guys. But they're closing the door on some chapters in their life, all right? And then what's interesting enough is the very next depiction is someone breaking out. So it's almost like it feels, I also get a sense of like kind of like claustrophobia. Like this person may feel like locked into something and then they just rebel. Because if we go back to the beginning of the reading, I felt a rebellious energy come through, as well as a very serious energy. So again, there's the flip-flop in emotion of, you know, closing the chapter on things. We're very, very serious about this. End all, be all, that's it. And then the next day or the next week, it's like, I'm free. I'm, you know, I changed my mind. I'm back. Like that type of energy. It's a bit of back and forth. It's almost like for this person, though, to truly move out of that energy, they have to let go of whatever this is they're bringing in from the past in order to revitalize their energy. There is a new sense of commitment coming in for this person, though, or some sort of new, I heard lucrative opportunity. It could be in regards to finances. That's helping to kind of set the stage for this person and help them to launch into the next chapter. For others of you, this is speaking of just emotionally, this person wanting to break loose from commitment, but then also wanting to move forward in commitments, which is a contradiction in their energy that they need to buffer out, so to speak, in order for them to truly move forward, which is what they're wanting to do. Okay, so they're wanting an opportunity to do just that, right? So, Leo, this was by far one of the most interesting readings I have done in a while. I I see some doors of opportunity opening for you. And for some of you, you are, especially if you're already an intuitive person, opening up to your own gifts. So some of you might be reading up on that, or maybe you're being guided by spirit to open up your crown chakra. I want to go back to the specific group of you, one person. The presence has dissipated, actually, but to recap on that, and this is not something that I plan to make the norm on my channel, but I'm not going to deny it when spirit comes through, is I definitely got the name Michelle or the initials M, so that could be in their name, and that either they're wanting, and also I think the Ferris Bueller thing might have been tied into this person's personality, or may remind whoever this message is for of this person, but it was either something about this area that was of importance. Okay. For whoever is connecting with that person. So I guess they said that you will know if this is for you. Also, I think that there's a message here about not being afraid, to call spirit in or to acknowledge this person's presence, because 9 times out of 10, when a presence comes to me, when a person who's passed comes to me as opposed to their relative, it's because their relatives aren't allowing it in, or they're afraid of it, or they're in so much grief they cannot hear the person, and so they'll come to a medium, or they'll come to someone who's of neutral party who has an open channel to communicate through. So I feel like this person has been trying to get in contact with whoever this is for, and has been giving them synchronicities and signs, and they want you to acknowledge it. They want you to know that all really is well. As the reading stated, all really is well, and you are being guided and protected. So I'm going to close it there. Put my most unusual reading of 2021. And we just started, right? And that was very specific, not for all of you. You'll know if that was for you. Person you could be connecting with. Keep in mind, it could be any sign. It's a general reading, but I have Scorpio energy here. A lot of water energy. All right. Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer is also here. Taurus, Libra, Aries, Capricorn. Yeah, those are the predominantly zodiac signs that I'm seeing. Could be Gemini, Aquarius, but take it as it resonates. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to check me out on Facebook and Instagram. TarotTimeWithDana.com is my website, but Tarot Time with Dana is also my handle name on both Facebook and Instagram. Linked below, as well as in the About section of my YouTube. If you like my style, you can get it for yourself at my sister's online boutique, avasophiaco.com. Link down below. Also added a donation feature for those of you who would like to donate to the channel. It's always appreciated, but never expected. That link is in the About section as well. Till next time, my friends, wishing you the very, very best, Leo, and namaste. Bye.